Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Orcside Magic, and it's Jordan here, and we are continuing our deck building throughout the Ixalan plane, and this time I've come up with a pretty little sweet 4-colour control deck that's, you know what, I'm thinking I'm going to build and play on Mikko. So once the set's released, I think I am going to build this, and you know what, I'm even going to throw a challenge out to my main man, Total MTG. We've been talking through all the Twitter, saying who's going to build a better control deck, and we want to try and have a battle live, probably on stream. If not, we'll do a recording of the game and get it up on the channel as well. And so this is my control deck, which I have called Treasure Everywhere. So basically, my deck revolves around the main win con being 2 alternate win cons. To start with, we are running Revel in Riches and Mechanized Production. Now, Revel in Riches is one of the new enchantments, which is for 5 cost, and it states whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you get to create a treasure. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more treasures, you win the game. Mechanized Production is a similar card. It's in blue. Benefit with this is that you enchant an artifact, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you get to create a token copy of that artifact. So as you can see, what I am trying to do with this deck mainly is to create lots and lots of treasure tokens and win down that route. But as well, what we have in the deck is we are running Marionette Master. Because the benefit with this is that Marionette Master is a 6-drop, but whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to Marionette Master's power. Now, because she has Fabricate 3, you can make her a 4/6, which is pretty hard to remove. So it means that if at worst case scenario you are not getting to your alternate win cons, you could effectively wipe out your opponent by sacking the treasure tokens, which is a really sweet way to drain them for 4 life every time, thus probably winning the game maybe off 2 or 3 treasure tokens being sacked. So basically we have ways to sort of board wipe. We use Yeheni's Expertise. Obviously it gives -3 to all creatures on the battlefield, but not only that, you then get to cast a spell for free. We are using Hidden Stockpile. This allows us to obviously have the Revolt trigger, which allows us to get more artifacts, so it's again more ways to create synergy with Mechanized Production, because of course we can create servo tokens. And the benefit with that is that, of course, we then can go down the route of creating lots and lots of servos. We are using Anointed Procession, and the reason why we're using this is that we want to try and make as many tokens as possible. Benefit with it is that, of course, if we create 1 token, we actually create double. So, for example, with Hidden Stockpile, if you manage to trigger the Revolt trigger, you'll end up getting 2 servos over 1, which is really sweet. So our other methods of creating treasure tokens in the deck is, to begin with, we have Treasure Map. This obviously is an artifact that allows us to put mana in, and we get to scry, and then we get a landmark counter, and once there's 3, it then flips, and you get to create 3 treasure tokens off this. So obviously, if you can get turn 4 and you've already got Anointed Procession down, you'll actually get 6 tokens out of it. And once it is flipped into Treasure Cove, you can then either tap to add a mana, or you can tap and sack a treasure to draw a card, so it's another good sack outlet with the Revolt trigger and Marionette Master. We are also running Ruthless Knave and Prosperous Pirates. Benefit with this is that Prosperous Pirates, when enters the battlefield, they create 2 treasure tokens naturally, and they're a 3/4. And Ruthless Knave, we can pay 2 and a black to sack a creature, and we get to create 2 treasure tokens. So we can trade in our servos and trade up for a 1/1 servo up into 2 treasure tokens. Moving on into the control aspect of the deck, we are running Siren Storm Tamer. This is the 1 mana pirate flyer that we can pay a single blue, sack it, and we can't target spell or ability that targets a creature or you. Also, as we are running a pirate synergy, we are running Lookout Dispersal. Benefit of this is that it's an upgraded mana leak. Obviously, if we control pirate, it only costs 1 in the blue. And we also are running Spell Swindle. This is the upgraded 5 mana counter that came from Shadows. I forget the name of it now. But the benefit with this is that instead of creating clue tokens, we actually get to create X amount of treasure tokens, where X is the countered spells CMC cost. So again, this is a 5-drop, so if you've managed to already get out 90 procession, this can effectively create a lot of tokens. Obviously, you want to time this just right. We then also have, in terms of removal, we are using the Walk the Plank. Benefit with this is that obviously it destroys everything that's not Merfolk, so obviously in the Merfolk deck this is quite easily swap outable. And finally, we have Vraska Relic Seeker. The benefits of using her is that obviously we can create pirate tokens, which obviously can help just swing in with Menace and get us in for the win that way. It also can destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantments and create treasure tokens. And again, with the 90 Procession, we can get double. And then if by some major miracle we've managed to get to ultimate her, we can obviously make a player's life total become 1. And that's pretty much it for the deck. Moving on to the fixing, initially we are running 2 Renegade maps. This allows us to go obviously fetch some basics. And then moving on to the jewels, we are running quite a few. So we have Blooming Marsh, Concealed Courtyard and Drowned Catacomb. We are heavily in black and blue, so we are sort of using the splashing colours in the jewels mainly, although we do have a couple of basics. We then have 2 off of Evolving Wilds. This is obviously for colour fixing. We then have Affected Pools. This is I'm mainly using this card draw, but obviously early game you can use it just to help fix your board quite nicely. And then we are running a single forest and a plains, and 2 islands and 2 swamps. Obviously that is the entire main deck for the 60 cards. We then move on to the sideboard, so obviously this is going to depend on the way the meta shifts, because of course we are losing a lot of cards, so there's going to be a big uprise in the meta. We've put some controlling options in, so we're starting off with 2 dresses. Obviously this is just to turn 1, disrupt your opponent's hand. We then are running Fatal Push. This is obviously a quite easy swap in for Walk the Planks if you go up against Merfolk. We then have a 2 off a Sentinel Totem. This is, quite frankly, I think is a strict upgrade over Crook of Condemnation. And because 1, it allows you to get a scry, and 2, it allows you just to exile both the graveyards. We then have a 3 off of Negate. This is to go up against the control matchup. We then have, against the aggro strategy, we are using Bontu's Last Reckoning. Obviously, we don't want to be penalising ourselves on our mana, but against an aggro format, this will be very useful early game. And finally, to finish off the sideboard and round it out, we are running Vraska's Contempt. Obviously, with the new legendary rule coming in with our Planeswalkers, there is a possibility of maybe a multiple Planeswalker deck being out there. There are quite a few misses, and it's not unheard of, the green can ramp. So we have a few Vraska's Contempt in there. Plus, obviously, it ties up beautifully with Revels in Riches, because it allows us to destroy another creature, and we get a treasure token from the Revels. So that is it for my 4-colour pirate control deck called Treasure Everywhere. The link will be to the deck list is in the description box below. Tell me what you guys think of it. I mean, what sort of decks are you excited to be playing? A lot of you did enjoy the Naya Jurassic Park one that I did do, so thank you very much for that. Let me know what you think of this 4-colour pirate control. I am brewing up a token strategy one, which is going to be rather interesting, so let me know if you guys want to see that. And that'll be it for me. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Jordan here from Orcside Magic, signing off. Thank you for watching the video. Please remember to hit that like button, it supports the channel for free. Also subscribe, and remember, if you don't want to miss any videos, hit the bell icon right next to the subscribe button. Thank you for watching again, goodbye.